Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Everyone wants success, happiness, and peace of mind, but few realize that all of it starts with one thing: self-discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up even when it's hard. It's about doing what matters when no one is watching. Without self-discipline, success is almost impossible. Think about it. The habits you build, the choices you make, and the effort you give every single day shape your life. Self-discipline helps you stay consistent, focused, and in control when distractions try to pull you away from what's important. In this video, we'll talk about how to build real self-discipline that lasts and how it can transform your life from the inside out. If you're ready to take control of your actions and unlock your full potential, then let's get started. Chapter 1. Define self-discipline. Master your daily choices. Most people want a better life. They want more peace, more freedom, more success, and more confidence in themselves. But when life gets difficult, most of them stop. They stop because it feels easier to stay comfortable. They stop because they tell themselves that they will start again tomorrow. And that is where the real problem begins. Self-discipline is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about choosing to act even when you do not feel ready. It is about learning to do what must be done even when you do not feel like doing it. Every great change begins with a simple act of discipline. It begins with you deciding that your goals matter more than your moods. When I was young, I used to wait for motivation. I thought success would come when I felt inspired. I thought discipline was something only strong people had. But I learned that discipline is not a gift. It is a choice. It is the daily decision to take control of your behavior. Self-discipline means you decide to be responsible for the direction of your life. It means you stop blaming circumstances and start building character. The truth is, your habits will shape your destiny. What you do repeatedly becomes who you are. Every small choice counts. Every decision to stay consistent adds up. If you want to master your life, you must first master your choices. Think about your mornings. The moment you wake up, you already face a series of decisions. Do you stay in bed or get up when the alarm rings? Do you eat a healthy breakfast or skip it because you are rushing? Do you take time to plan your day or move through it without purpose? Every little decision creates momentum. Every little action builds either strength or weakness. Self-discipline starts in those quiet moments when no one is watching. It starts when you choose the harder option because it leads you toward growth. Many people believe discipline is about punishment or control, but real discipline is about freedom. It frees you from regret. It frees you from chaos. It gives you peace because you know you are doing what is right for your future. When you live without discipline, life becomes uncertain and unstable. You make decisions based on emotion, not wisdom. You react instead of plan. You start things and never finish them. And after a while, you lose trust in yourself. But when you practice discipline, you start rebuilding that trust. You start to believe in your own word again. You start to respect yourself more because you keep your promises. It is not easy. There will be days when your mind will tell you to give up. There will be mornings when your body feels heavy and your thoughts are filled with excuses. That is when you must remind yourself why you started. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about persistence. You keep showing up. You keep doing the work. You keep moving forward, one decision at a time. Even on the days when it feels pointless, you keep going. Because every act of discipline strengthens your character. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are training your mind to become stronger. When you define self-discipline, you must understand that it begins with awareness. You cannot change what you do not notice. You must become aware of your habits. You must pay attention to what you do every day. How do you spend your time? What kind of thoughts do you feed your mind? What kind of people do you surround yourself with? Discipline is not just about controlling your actions. It is about managing your environment. It is about removing distractions and creating a space where your goals can grow. If you want to master your choices, you must master your surroundings. Let me tell you something important. Discipline is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing what matters most. You cannot control every event, but you can control your response. You can choose how you spend your time, how you treat your body, how you manage your emotions, and how you pursue your goals. The key is to start small and stay consistent. You build self-discipline one choice at a time. You start by cleaning your room. You plan your day before it starts. You finish what you begin. You follow through with your commitments. These small victories build confidence, and confidence builds discipline. Sometimes people ask me, "Jim, how do I build discipline when I keep losing motivation?" I tell them motivation is what gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. You will not always feel excited. You will not always feel ready, but you must do it anyway. Self-discipline means acting based on principles, not feelings. It means staying loyal to your vision even when it feels inconvenient. Every time you choose discipline, you train your mind to lead instead of follow. You build control over your impulses. You learn to delay short-term pleasure for long-term success. There will be days when progress feels slow. You will wonder if your effort is worth it. You will look around and see others moving faster. But discipline is not about speed. It is about consistency. The one who stays consistent will always outrun the one who only works when inspired. Success is built by people who show up every single day, not just when they feel good. So do not wait for perfect conditions. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Each disciplined step, no matter how small, moves you closer to the life you want. Let's be honest. Most people lose discipline because they do not have a clear reason. They try to force themselves to change without knowing why. Your reason is your anchor. When you know why you must wake up early, why you must save money, why you must study, why you must take care of your body, discipline becomes easier. Without a strong reason, your mind will always look for shortcuts. You will always find an excuse. But with a reason, you have focus. You can say no to temptation because you have something more important to fight for. The mind works like a muscle. The more you use it with discipline, the stronger it becomes. Every time you make a good decision, your brain builds new connections. It learns that effort leads to reward. It learns that discomfort leads to progress. Soon, what once felt difficult becomes natural. You no longer struggle to wake up early because your body has adapted. You no longer fight with procrastination because your mind understands the value of momentum. That is how you grow. Not by doing big things once, but by doing small things daily with discipline and care. To master your daily choices, you must create structure. Discipline thrives in order. Plan your day the night before. Write down your goals. Decide what matters and what does not. When you have a plan, you reduce confusion. You remove hesitation. You gain direction. Most people waste energy because they make too many unplanned decisions. Their minds get tired before they even start. But disciplined people protect their energy. They plan ahead. They set priorities. They stick to routines. They understand that freedom comes from structure, not chaos. There is also emotional discipline. It means you do not let your emotions control your actions. When something goes wrong, you stay calm. When you feel angry, you think before you speak. When you feel discouraged, you remind yourself of your purpose. Emotional discipline is the foundation of strong relationships, good communication, and steady focus. It helps you stay balanced in a world that constantly tests your patience. The stronger your emotional discipline, the less power other people have over your peace. Another part of self-discipline is time discipline. Your time is your life. Once it is gone, you never get it back. Many people waste hours on distractions, and then they wonder why they do not see results. A disciplined person values every minute. They understand that time is not free. Every moment spent carelessly takes away from what could be achieved. Learn to say no to what does not serve your purpose. Learn to protect your attention. The way you spend your time reveals what you truly value. You also need mental discipline. It is about training your thoughts to stay focused on what matters. The human mind is easily distracted. It jumps from idea to idea. It creates fear and doubt. but you can control it through awareness and repetition. When your mind tells you to quit, speak back to it. Tell yourself that you are capable. Tell yourself that you are in control. Tell yourself that every step counts. Your words shape your reality. A disciplined mind refuses to surrender to negativity. It chooses patience, focus, and consistency. Sometimes self-discipline will make you feel lonely. You will say no to parties, to late nights, to habits that used to entertain you. You will choose early mornings over easy evenings. You will spend more time in silence, planning, studying, working. But remember this, the price of discipline is always less than the price of regret. Regret will haunt you. It will steal your peace and fill your life with what-ifs. Discipline may hurt now, but it builds a future you can be proud of. Building discipline takes time. It requires patience and honesty. You cannot lie to yourself and expect to grow. You must face your weaknesses with courage. You must admit where you waste time, where you lose focus, where you give in to comfort. And then you must take responsibility. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can make you change. The power lies in your hands. Every choice you make is a message to your future self. Every act of discipline is an investment in the person you are becoming. So, define self-discipline as the ability to control your actions, emotions, and habits in the direction of your goals. It is the inner strength that guides you when no one else does. It is the daily act of choosing progress over excuses. Every moment you practice discipline, you move one step closer to the life you deserve. It is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent, honest, and committed. And it all begins with one simple truth. Your future is hidden in your daily choices. Chapter 2. Understand discipline's impact on your future. Every person dreams of a better future. They want more money, more health, more peace, and more happiness. But the truth is, a better future is not something that suddenly appears. It is something that you build with your daily actions. The foundation of your future is self-discipline. Every small choice you make today shapes who you become tomorrow. Discipline determines whether your future is filled with pride or regret. It determines whether you will live with freedom or struggle with consequences. Most people want to change their lives, but they do not want to change their habits. They forget that the habits you repeat today become the reality you face later. When I was young, I thought the future was far away. I believed it would take care of itself. I worked hard for a few days, then relaxed for a few weeks. I made promises that I did not keep, and then I wondered why nothing changed. One day I realized something powerful. The future is not a mystery. It is a result. It is created by what you do every single day. Discipline is the bridge that connects where you are and where you want to be. If you neglect it, life becomes uncertain. But when you practice discipline, your future becomes predictable. You can see the direction you are heading because your actions align with your goals. Think about this. Every time you make a disciplined choice, you plant a seed. You may not see the result today or tomorrow, but that seed grows quietly. It grows through consistency. It grows through effort. One day it becomes a reward that changes your entire life. The problem is most people stop watering their seeds too early. They want quick results. They want success without patience. But life does not work that way. Discipline teaches you to trust the process. It teaches you that every small effort matters. When you keep showing up, even when you do not see progress, you are shaping a strong and stable future. Discipline also gives you direction. Without it, your energy is scattered. You start one thing and move to another. You get distracted by what others are doing. You waste years chasing comfort instead of growth. But with discipline, you gain clarity. You know what to focus on and what to ignore. You stop chasing everything that looks easy and start investing in what matters. A disciplined person knows that every distraction has a cost. The time you waste today is the opportunity you lose tomorrow. Once you understand that, you become more intentional with how you live. Your future success depends on how you handle your present responsibilities. If you take care of the small things now, the big things will take care of themselves. If you manage your money wisely today, your financial future will be secure. If you take care of your body now, you will enjoy health and energy later. If you practice discipline in your work, you will earn respect and growth in your career. Everything is connected. The person you become is a reflection of the choices you make when nobody is watching. That is why self-discipline is not an option. It is a necessity for anyone who wants to live with freedom and pride. Sometimes people say the future is uncertain, but I believe discipline reduces that uncertainty. It creates stability. It helps you build a solid foundation. A disciplined person does not depend on luck or chance. They create their own results through consistent effort. Discipline gives you control over your outcomes. When you commit to doing the work every day, you no longer fear the future. You trust yourself because you know you are building it one choice at a time. That confidence changes everything. You start to live with purpose instead of fear. When you look around, you will notice that people who succeed are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who stay consistent. They are the ones who wake up early, plan their day and follow through. They are the ones who stay disciplined even when they feel tired. The difference between success and failure is not luck. It is discipline. The person who practices it daily will always have an advantage. They may not see instant results, but over time their discipline builds momentum, and momentum turns effort into success. Your future will test your patience. You will have days when you feel nothing is working. You will question your path. You will doubt your ability. That is when discipline becomes your greatest strength. It reminds you that every effort counts, even the ones that seem small. Discipline gives you faith in your own actions. It teaches you that progress is not about speed. It is about direction. You might not move fast, but as long as you move forward, you are winning. The discipline to keep going when it is difficult separates those who succeed from those who quit. There is something powerful about disciplined people. They trust themselves. They do not depend on motivation to start the day. They do not wait for approval. They act because they know their future depends on it. That sense of control creates confidence. You feel stronger because you know you are not leaving your life to chance. Every time you follow through with your plans, you build self-respect. That self-respect becomes the foundation of your confidence. The more disciplined you are, the more you believe in your ability to create the life you want. Discipline also teaches responsibility. It reminds you that no one will build your future for you. You can have mentors, teachers and friends, but in the end, it is your actions that decide your results. Many people want someone to save them. They wait for help, but waiting wastes time. The truth is, nobody can do your push-ups for you. Nobody can wake up early for you. Nobody can change your habits for you. You must do it yourself, and that is what makes discipline powerful. It gives you ownership over your life. It helps you realize that you are the architect of your future. Another important thing about discipline is how it affects your decision-making. When you lack discipline, your emotions control your choices. You make decisions based on how you feel in the moment. That often leads to regret. But when you are disciplined, your values guide your decisions. You think before you act. You choose what is right, not what is easy. Over time, those decisions create a future that reflects wisdom and self-control. The quality of your future depends on the quality of your decisions, and discipline helps you make the right ones consistently. Your relationships are also shaped by discipline. A disciplined person communicates better. They listen more. They show patience and respect. They do not react in anger because they have control over their emotions. This builds trust. This builds understanding. In your career, discipline earns you credibility. People respect those who can deliver results on time. They trust those who keep their word. Discipline gives you a reputation for reliability, and that reputation opens doors for greater opportunities in the future. If you study successful people, you will notice one pattern. They all built their future through discipline. They practiced when others rested. They learned when others complained. They stayed consistent when others gave up. Their success did not come overnight. It came through years of disciplined effort. Every book they read, every hour they worked, every sacrifice they made contributed to their results. They knew the future rewards the disciplined, not the distracted. The same truth applies to you. If you stay disciplined, your future will reward you too. The impact of discipline goes beyond success. It changes how you feel about yourself. When you keep promises to yourself, you start to feel proud. You no longer feel guilty for wasting time. You no longer carry the frustration of unfinished goals. Discipline helps you sleep better at night because you know you gave your best during the day. That peace of mind is priceless. It gives you energy, focus, and joy. It allows you to live with dignity because you are living up to your own standards. When you lack discipline, your future becomes full of regret. You regret not saving when you had the chance. You regret not studying when you had time. You regret not starting that business when you had the idea. Regret is the cost of undisciplined living. It grows heavier as time passes. But when you live with discipline, you replace regret with gratitude. You look back and feel thankful for the effort you made. You feel proud of the progress you achieved. That feeling makes every sacrifice worth it. The impact of discipline also extends to how you handle challenges. Life will not always go your way. There will be setbacks, failures, and unexpected problems. Discipline gives you the strength to stay calm during those moments. It helps you keep your focus when everything seems uncertain. You stop seeing problems as permanent. You start seeing them as temporary obstacles. With discipline, you can keep moving even when the road is hard. That ability to stay steady in hard times protects your future from falling apart. Let me tell you something simple. The future does not belong to the talented. It belongs to the disciplined. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Intelligence without discipline is unrealized opportunity. Only discipline turns potential into achievement. You can have dreams as big as the sky, but without discipline they will stay dreams. When you commit to daily discipline, you give your dreams structure. You give them a path to become real. If you want to understand discipline's true impact, look at your habits. Your habits predict your future more accurately than your wishes. If your habits are weak, your future will struggle. If your habits are strong, your future will flourish. Discipline is the engine that drives those habits. It is the force that keeps you on track when distractions come. You cannot control the future, but you can control your habits. And your habits control what the future becomes. Your future depends on how well you manage today. Every day is a piece of your future. If you waste it, you lose a piece of what could have been. But if you use it wisely, you gain power. You gain progress. Discipline is what turns ordinary days into extraordinary futures. It is what makes you reliable, consistent, and unstoppable. The impact may not be visible immediately, but it grows stronger with time. One day, you will look back and realize that your discipline created the life you once only imagined. Chapter 3. Set clear, compelling goals for your life. Every person wants more from life, but most people wander without direction. They feel stuck because they have no clear goals. Without goals, life becomes a series of random events. You wake up, you go through your day, and you wonder why nothing changes. Goals give your life purpose. They tell your mind where to focus and your actions where to go. When you set clear, compelling goals, you create a roadmap for your future. You begin to understand exactly what you want and why it matters. A goal without clarity is like a ship without a rudder. It moves, but it never reaches the destination. I have seen many people struggle because they set vague goals. They say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be happy," but they do not define what that looks like. Success and happiness are different for everyone. Your goals must be specific, measurable, and meaningful to you. When you define your goals clearly, you can create a plan to achieve them. You can measure progress and adjust your actions. Without clarity, you rely on luck. With clarity, you rely on discipline. A well-defined goal gives your choices direction and your effort purpose. Think about your life right now. Are you doing things because you know what you want, or are you reacting to what others expect from you? Many people let other people's priorities dictate their actions. They work hard, but their effort does not lead to personal growth. Setting clear goals requires honesty. You must ask yourself, what do I really want? Write it down. Be detailed. Be specific about timelines, actions, and outcomes. When your goals excite you, they become magnets for your energy and focus. Compelling goals ignite motivation even when the work feels hard. Your goals must also connect to your emotions. The strongest goals are those that create a strong sense of purpose. If your goals only make sense intellectually, you will struggle to follow through. But when your goals stir feelings of passion, excitement, or urgency, they pull you forward. You wake up ready to act because your mind sees value in the effort. This emotional connection strengthens discipline. It keeps you moving when challenges appear. It makes the work meaningful rather than a burden. Every step toward your goals feels worthwhile when they matter deeply to you. Many people set goals, but they never plan the steps to achieve them. They write the goal, then hope things will happen naturally. That is a mistake. Goals without a plan are fantasies. A compelling goal requires a strategy. You need milestones, deadlines, and daily actions. You need to break big goals into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, start with specific actions like exercising 3 times a week or eating more vegetables. Each small step builds momentum. Each completed step strengthens your confidence. Discipline is easier when your path is clear. Clarity also helps you stay focused. Life is full of distractions. Social media, unnecessary tasks, and other people's opinions can steal your attention. Clear goals protect you from distraction. When you know exactly what you are aiming for, it is easier to say no to what does not serve your purpose. Every decision becomes a test. Does this move me toward my goal or away from it? Over time, this focus creates results that feel almost effortless because you are not wasting energy on irrelevant activities. Another critical element is writing your goals down. The act of writing solidifies your commitment. It transforms an idea into a tangible target. When you look at your goals every day, your mind prioritizes them. Your brain begins to notice opportunities that align with your objectives. You begin to act with purpose instead of reacting to circumstance. This daily reminder strengthens your self-discipline because it reinforces your reason for doing the work. You are constantly reminding yourself why every choice matters. Goals also require accountability. Sharing them with someone you respect or tracking your progress publicly increases your chances of following through. Accountability provides an external check that complements your internal discipline. It creates responsibility. When you know someone will notice your progress or lack of it, you are more likely to push yourself. This combination of clarity, emotional connection, planning, and accountability sets the stage for remarkable achievements. It is important to revisit your goals regularly. Life changes and your goals must adapt. Reviewing your progress helps you stay honest with yourself. It identifies what works and what does not. If a goal is no longer relevant, adjust it. If a milestone was too ambitious, break it into smaller steps. Discipline is flexible when guided by clear goals. You do not need to work blindly. You can work smartly and intentionally. Each adjustment strengthens your path instead of distracting from it. Setting goals also changes your daily mindset. Instead of living reactively, you live proactively. Your actions become intentional. You start your day by asking, what can I do today to move closer to my goal? Every choice is influenced by purpose. Even small habits matter because they contribute to a bigger picture. Discipline is easier when every action has meaning. Motivation becomes natural because your mind sees the connection between effort and result. This alignment between thought, emotion, and action is what transforms ordinary days into extraordinary outcomes. Many people give up on goals because they focus only on the final result. They do not enjoy the process. But compelling goals are about progress as well as achievement. Celebrate milestones along the way. Notice the skills you develop, the knowledge you gain, and the confidence you build. This recognition reinforces your discipline. It reminds you that effort is never wasted. The journey itself shapes the person you are becoming. Goals are not just about arrival, they are about growth. You also need to make your goals challenging but achievable. Goals that are too easy will not inspire effort. Goals that are impossible will create frustration. The right balance creates excitement and focus. You push yourself, but you do not burn out. Discipline is strengthened when you are tested appropriately. Every challenge you overcome builds confidence. Every small victory reinforces the belief that you can achieve what you set out to do. Your future self depends on your willingness to stretch your abilities today. Your goals should also cover all areas of life. Health, career, relationships, finances, personal growth, and lifestyle are all important. Focusing on one area while neglecting others creates imbalance. Discipline becomes stronger when it is applied across your life consistently. Each area reinforces the other. Good health fuels energy for work. Clear financial goals reduce stress. Strong relationships provide support. Balanced goals create stability and confidence. When you define all areas of your life clearly, you create a future that feels complete. Commitment is another key component. Setting a goal is easy. Staying committed is the challenge. Commitment means you will continue even when it feels inconvenient. It means you will act even when results are slow. It means you will prioritize what matters over temporary comfort. Discipline is built through this commitment. Each day you follow through, you strengthen your ability to stay loyal to yourself. Over time, commitment transforms into habit, and habit produces consistent results. Your goals must also be vivid. Imagine them in detail. Feel what it would be like to achieve them. Picture the sights, the sounds, and the emotions. This mental rehearsal strengthens your focus and belief. Your mind begins to recognize opportunities that align with your vision. It prepares you to act with confidence. Discipline is easier when you know exactly what you are working toward and why it matters. The clearer your mental image, the stronger your motivation and persistence. Finally, remember that goals are living things. They grow as you grow. They evolve as you gain knowledge and experience. Being disciplined does not mean rigidly holding on to outdated goals. It means aligning your actions with what truly matters in the present moment. You learn, adjust, and persist. You maintain momentum without losing sight of purpose. A life guided by clear, compelling goals is a life of focus, growth, and measurable achievement. Setting clear, compelling goals is the starting point of self-discipline. It defines what you want, why it matters, and how to achieve it. Goals give direction, focus, and energy to every choice you make. They help you resist distraction, overcome procrastination, and maintain momentum. They transform ordinary actions into purposeful effort. When your goals are specific, emotionally meaningful, planned, and regularly reviewed, your discipline strengthens naturally. Your future begins to take shape. You start acting with intention. You begin building a life that reflects your true potential. Chapter 4. Create a personal discipline blueprint today. If you want to live a life of accomplishment, the first step is to create a personal discipline blueprint. Most people try to improve themselves randomly. They read books, watch videos, or follow advice without a plan. That approach produces little results. Discipline is built with structure, not chaos. A blueprint gives your actions a framework. It turns abstract goals into specific daily behaviors. Without it, your efforts are scattered, inconsistent, and easily forgotten. When you design a plan for discipline, you take control of your life instead of leaving it to chance. Start by understanding what areas of your life need discipline. It could be your health, your work, your finances, your personal growth, or your relationships. Identify which areas are holding you back. Be honest with yourself. Most people avoid this step because it feels uncomfortable. They fear seeing how much time and energy they waste. But awareness is essential. The first step to building discipline is knowing where it is lacking. Once you identify the weak points, you can target them with specific strategies. Your blueprint becomes a roadmap to strength, consistency, and progress. Next, write down your daily habits and routines. Discipline is not an abstract idea, it is concrete behavior. List every small action that contributes to your goals. Include the time you wake up, the exercise you do, the work tasks you complete, and the learning you pursue. Be specific. Avoid vague intentions like, I will work harder. Replace it with precise actions such as, I will read for 30 minutes every morning, or I will complete 3 work tasks before noon. Writing your habits down makes them tangible. It transforms commitment from a thought into a visible plan. Your blueprint should also include triggers and reminders. Life is full of distractions, and even the most disciplined person can forget priorities. Use alarms, schedules, or visual cues to keep yourself on track. When you see your blueprint regularly, it reinforces your focus. Your brain starts to associate certain cues with disciplined behavior. You begin to act automatically instead of relying solely on willpower. This reduces mental friction and increases consistency. Discipline becomes part of your environment, not just your intention. It is also critical to set priorities within your blueprint. Not every habit or task carries equal importance. Identify the few actions that have the greatest impact on your goals. These are your high-leverage activities. Place them at the start of your day when your energy and focus are strongest. Discipline is easier when you align your energy with what matters most. Avoid spending your time on low-value tasks simply because they are easier or more comfortable. The blueprint shows you exactly where to invest your effort for maximum results. Include accountability in your blueprint. Discipline grows when you are answerable for your actions. Share your plan with someone you respect. Track your progress publicly or in a journal. Review your daily completion of habits and routines. When you have to report your actions, you are more likely to follow through. Accountability creates consistency. It strengthens your self-trust because you see that you can keep promises to yourself. Over time, this builds confidence and reliability, which are essential for long-term discipline. Your blueprint should also be flexible. Life is unpredictable, and strict rigidity can lead to frustration. Allow room for adjustments without breaking consistency. For example, if you miss a workout or a work session, reschedule it instead of abandoning it completely. Discipline is about persistence, not perfection. Flexibility in your plan ensures that you continue moving forward even when circumstances change. It teaches resilience and reinforces the idea that setbacks are temporary, not permanent. Visualizing your blueprint helps embed it into your mind. Each morning, review your plan and mentally rehearse the actions you will take. Picture yourself following the routines and completing the tasks. Visualization strengthens your commitment and prepares your mind for action. The brain responds to imagined repetition similarly to actual repetition. By reviewing and visualizing your blueprint daily, you prime yourself for disciplined performance. You make your goals feel real before the day even begins. Your blueprint should break down big goals into small daily actions. Large objectives can feel overwhelming, and without a plan, they often lead to procrastination. Divide each goal into actionable steps. Focus on completing these steps consistently. Each completed step builds momentum and confidence. Discipline grows as you see tangible progress. Small victories accumulate and eventually produce significant results. By structuring your actions in this way, you reduce stress and maintain clarity on what needs to be done. It is also important to include reflection in your blueprint. At the end of each day, review what you accomplished and what you did not. Be honest without being harsh. Ask yourself why you succeeded in some areas and failed in others. Reflection provides insight and allows you to adjust your strategies. Discipline is strengthened when you learn from your actions instead of repeating mistakes blindly. A blueprint is a living tool that evolves with your growth and experience. Energy management should be part of your discipline blueprint. Discipline requires sustained effort, and your body and mind are your tools. Prioritize rest, nutrition, and physical activity to maintain high performance. Include breaks and recovery to avoid burnout. Energy management is often overlooked, but it is critical. Without proper energy, even the most motivated person will struggle to follow their blueprint. Discipline works best when your mind and body are aligned and capable of consistent action. Your blueprint should include measurable outcomes. Define specific results for each habit or routine. This allows you to track progress and stay motivated. Measuring outcomes provides evidence of growth, which reinforces your commitment. For example, if your goal is financial improvement, include daily actions such as tracking expenses or saving a set amount. If your goal is learning, track the chapters read or skills practiced. Clear metrics turn vague intentions into concrete results and strengthen your self-discipline through visible evidence. To make your blueprint effective, schedule your day around your most disciplined actions. Identify when your energy and focus are highest and place the most important habits at that time. This ensures that your best effort goes toward the actions that matter most. Less critical tasks can occupy lower energy periods. By aligning actions with energy, you reduce resistance and increase success. Discipline becomes more natural when your plan respects the rhythms of your body and mind. Include reward and reinforcement in your blueprint. Discipline is not only about effort, it is also about motivation. Celebrate consistency and milestones in small ways. Rewards create positive reinforcement, encouraging your brain to repeat disciplined behavior. This does not mean indulgence but recognition of effort. Acknowledging progress builds morale and strengthens the habit loop. Over time, the disciplined actions become part of your character rather than occasional effort. Your blueprint should anticipate challenges and obstacles. Identify potential barriers that might disrupt your routines. Plan solutions in advance. When temptation, fatigue, or unexpected events appear, you already know how to respond. Discipline grows when you are prepared for difficulties. A blueprint that accounts for setbacks reduces stress and keeps you moving toward your goals. You develop the ability to stay on track even when conditions are not perfect. Account for continuous learning in your blueprint. Discipline is strengthened when you are committed to personal growth. Include daily or weekly actions that expand your skills, knowledge, and abilities. Reading, practicing, and reflecting are essential components of a disciplined life. Growth keeps you engaged and motivated. It prevents stagnation and ensures that your efforts produce increasing value over time. A disciplined mind thrives when it is consistently learning and improving. Finally, commit to starting your blueprint today. Most people delay planning because it feels complicated or uncomfortable. That delay costs time and opportunity. Begin with small, concrete steps. Identify 1 or 2 areas where discipline is lacking and write down daily actions to improve them. Take immediate action. Discipline is built by doing, not just planning. The act of creating and following your blueprint develops habits, consistency, and momentum. Every day you follow your plan, you strengthen your ability to stay disciplined. Creating a personal discipline blueprint transforms vague intentions into structured action. It identifies priorities, schedules habits, integrates accountability, and anticipates challenges. It aligns energy, sets measurable outcomes, and includes reflection and learning. A blueprint is not static. It evolves with your growth and needs. By designing and following your personal blueprint, you gain control over your life, strengthen your discipline, and build the foundation for meaningful, consistent success. Chapter 5. Start with small, consistent habits daily. Discipline is not built overnight. It is created through repeated action. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. They attempt massive routines and set unrealistic expectations. When the effort becomes too difficult, they quit. The truth is, small, consistent habits are more powerful than sporadic bursts of effort. Tiny actions repeated daily shape your character and your future. Discipline grows when you commit to habits you can maintain, not when you push beyond your capacity. The key is consistency, not intensity. Start by identifying 1 or 2 small habits that will move you closer to your goals. It could be reading 10 pages a day, walking for 20 minutes, or writing down your priorities each morning. These small steps may seem insignificant at first, but they accumulate over time. Each repetition strengthens your willpower. Each day you follow through, you reinforce your ability to stay committed. Your mind and body begin to accept the habit as part of your routine. Eventually, what once felt difficult becomes automatic, and discipline grows naturally. Consistency is more important than perfection. You will have days when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. On those days, doing a smaller version of your habit is better than skipping it completely. If your goal is to exercise for 30 minutes, doing 10 minutes is better than none. The act of showing up matters more than the duration. Discipline is reinforced when you maintain presence over perfection. Each time you stay committed, even partially, you strengthen the neural pathways that support self-control and routine. Small habits also reduce overwhelm. Large goals can feel intimidating. The mind resists effort when it perceives a task as too big or too complicated. Breaking the goal into manageable daily actions removes this resistance. When you focus on what is achievable today, your mind is more willing to cooperate. Each completed habit builds momentum. Momentum is the engine of discipline. It carries you forward to the next habit and the next action. Gradually, these small steps create remarkable results over weeks, months, and years. Your environment plays a crucial role in supporting small habits. Arrange your surroundings to make disciplined behavior easier. Remove distractions that compete with your actions. Place reminders in visible locations. Organize tools and materials to reduce friction. The simpler the action, the more likely you are to follow through. Small adjustments in your environment can dramatically improve consistency. Discipline is strengthened when your surroundings support, rather than hinder, your daily efforts. Focus on one habit at a time. People often fail because they try to build too many habits simultaneously. Start with one habit, master it, and make it a permanent part of your routine. Once it becomes automatic, introduce another. Layering habits gradually builds discipline without overwhelming your willpower. Each success reinforces confidence. Each completed habit proves to yourself that you can follow through. Over time, these small victories compound into a strong, disciplined lifestyle. Tracking your habits reinforces consistency. Use a journal, app, or calendar to mark each day you complete your habit. Seeing visual proof of your progress motivates you to continue. Your brain recognizes patterns and rewards consistency. This tracking creates accountability even if no one else is watching. Over time, the habit becomes part of your identity. You are no longer someone trying to act disciplined. You become a disciplined person because your daily actions shape your character. Start each day with intention. Decide which small habits you will focus on and commit to completing them. Plan when and how you will perform each action. This preparation reduces reliance on willpower and minimizes excuses. Discipline grows when your actions are intentional rather than reactive. Every time you follow a plan, your brain learns that consistency produces reward. Daily preparation reinforces commitment and keeps your habits on track even when life becomes unpredictable. Recognize the power of repetition. Discipline is strengthened by repeating small actions consistently over time. The first few days may feel awkward or forced. Your mind will resist. Your body may complain. That is normal. Persist anyway. With repetition, the action becomes automatic. Each repetition builds mental strength and confidence. The habit becomes easier to perform and your ability to stay disciplined grows. Repetition transforms effort into effortless consistency. Patience is essential. Small habits do not produce instant results. You will not notice dramatic change in a week or a month. But the cumulative effect is powerful. Consistency compounds over time. A habit performed daily multiplies into skill, strength, and achievement. Discipline is strengthened by patience because you learn to value long-term progress over immediate gratification. The future belongs to those who persist, not those who seek instant success. Celebrate small wins to maintain motivation. Each day you complete a habit, acknowledge your effort. These celebrations do not need to be extravagant. A simple note in your journal or a moment of reflection is enough. Recognition reinforces the habit loop. It makes your brain associate disciplined behavior with rewards. Over time, this creates internal motivation that sustains your consistency. Discipline becomes easier when your mind sees progress and success regularly. Link habits to your goals. Each small action should contribute to your larger objectives. If your goal is health, a 10-minute walk, drinking water, or preparing a nutritious meal matters. If your goal is learning, reading a page or reviewing notes contributes. When every habit aligns with your purpose, it feels meaningful. Discipline is strengthened because you are not acting randomly. Your daily actions directly shape the future you desire. Purpose fuels persistence. Avoid multitasking when building small habits. Focus on one action fully. Quality matters as much as quantity. Performing habits mindfully reinforces the behavior and ensures long-term adoption. Your mind learns more effectively when you give full attention to one task. Discipline develops when your focus is complete and undivided. This attention trains mental strength and improves consistency across all areas of life. Start immediately. Do not wait for the perfect moment or optimal conditions. Discipline begins with action. Begin with the habit you have identified today. The act of starting creates momentum. Your brain begins associating action with progress. Over time, this repeated action builds automaticity. Small habits performed daily accumulate into massive results. Waiting delays progress and weakens commitment. Today is the day to begin. Use reminders and routines to anchor habits. Linking new habits to existing routines increases the likelihood of success. For example, if you want to develop a reading habit, do it after brushing your teeth or before dinner. Associating new actions with established routines reduces resistance. Your brain begins to expect and accept the habit as part of your day. This integration strengthens discipline because it removes the need for constant decision-making and willpower. Review your habits regularly. Assess whether they are producing results and serving your goals. Adjust if necessary. Not every habit is equally effective. Discipline grows when you learn from experience and refine your actions. A blueprint of small, consistent habits is not rigid. It evolves to become more effective and aligned with your objectives. Regular review ensures your efforts remain purposeful and productive. Finally, understand that small, consistent habits shape identity. The person you become is the sum of your daily actions. Each completed habit reinforces the belief that you are disciplined. Your identity shifts from someone attempting to act disciplined to someone who is inherently disciplined. This shift is powerful. It creates a mindset where consistency feels natural and self-discipline becomes part of your character. Starting with small, consistent habits is the foundation of lasting discipline. Focus on achievable actions, repeat them daily, track progress, and celebrate small wins. Align habits with goals, review them regularly, and integrate them into routines. Patience, focus, and persistence transform these habits into character traits. Each day you follow through strengthens your ability to act with discipline, building momentum and laying the groundwork for long-term success and achievement. Chapter 6. Learn to manage your time effectively. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, yet most people treat it carelessly. Every day, hours slip away wasted on distractions, indecision, or unnecessary tasks. Discipline begins with managing your time intentionally. When you control your time, you control your life. Poor time management leads to stress, frustration, and missed opportunities. Effective time management allows you to focus on what matters most. It ensures that your daily actions move you closer to your goals rather than leaving you spinning in place. Start by understanding how you currently spend your time. Track your activities for a few days. Notice where you lose minutes and hours. Many people spend significant time on social media, mindless browsing, or tasks that provide little value. Awareness is the first step to change. Once you see where your time goes, you can make intentional decisions about how to use it more effectively. You cannot improve what you do not measure. Discipline grows when you know exactly where your energy and attention are going. Prioritize your tasks based on importance and impact. Not all activities are equal. Some actions drive results, while others consume energy without producing meaningful outcomes. Focus on high-value tasks first. Allocate your best hours to the work that will bring the greatest results. Discipline is easier when your priorities are clear because you are not wasting effort on trivial matters. Each day becomes productive, purposeful, and aligned with your long-term goals. Plan your day in advance. Every morning or the night before, decide what tasks you will complete. Assign specific time blocks for work, exercise, learning, and personal responsibilities. Avoid vague intentions like, "I will try to get work done." Instead, schedule concrete actions at specific times. When you create a plan, you reduce indecision and distraction. Discipline grows when your day is organized and structured. Your mind focuses on execution rather than wasting energy deciding what to do next. Learn to say no. Time is limited and every commitment has a cost. Saying yes to distractions, unimportant tasks, or other people's priorities reduces the time available for your goals. Discipline requires protecting your time fiercely. When you say no to what does not matter, you say yes to what truly matters. Boundaries are essential for effective time management. They prevent overcommitment and allow you to invest in high-value activities consistently. Break your work into focused intervals. Avoid multitasking, which reduces efficiency and quality. Concentrate on one task at a time for a set period, then take short breaks. This method increases productivity and reduces mental fatigue. Discipline strengthens when your mind is fully engaged in each task. Consistent focus ensures that every action counts and that time spent working produces tangible results. Eliminate or minimize distractions. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and create a workspace conducive to focus. Distractions steal minutes and hours, leaving your work fragmented and your energy drained. Discipline grows when your environment supports concentration. The less your attention is pulled away, the more effective you become. Your time becomes a tool rather than a wasted resource. Use deadlines to increase efficiency. Even self-imposed deadlines create urgency and focus. Tasks completed without time pressure often drag on or never get finished. Discipline grows when you honor your commitments to yourself. Each completed task within a set time frame builds confidence and reinforces the habit of consistent execution. Deadlines transform procrastination into action. Divide your long-term goals into smaller, time-based milestones. Large objectives can feel overwhelming without a timeline. Break them into weekly or monthly targets. Assign tasks to each day that advance these milestones. This approach creates momentum and provides regular feedback on your progress. Discipline is reinforced when your time is allocated purposefully and every day contributes to measurable outcomes. Review your day regularly. At the end of each day, reflect on how your time was spent. Identify areas where you were productive and areas where you were distracted. Ask yourself if your actions moved you closer to your goals. Reflection allows adjustments for the next day. Discipline strengthens through this continuous feedback loop because you learn from experience and refine your approach. Learn to delegate when possible. Some tasks do not require your personal attention. Delegate responsibilities that others can handle efficiently. Freeing your time for high-value activities strengthens discipline and ensures your focus is on actions that produce the most significant results. Delegation also prevents burnout and keeps your energy available for critical priorities. Incorporate routines to manage your time effectively. Daily routines reduce decision fatigue and increase consistency. Establish consistent times for waking, working, exercising, and learning. When your routines are structured, your day becomes predictable and discipline is easier to maintain. Routines provide a framework that supports consistent progress without relying solely on willpower. Avoid overcommitting. Time is finite, and attempting too many tasks at once reduces effectiveness. Focus on completing fewer tasks with excellence rather than spreading yourself thin. Discipline is reinforced when your energy is concentrated on actions that truly matter. Quality over quantity ensures that your time produces meaningful results and that each action contributes to your goals. Take breaks strategically. Continuous work without rest reduces efficiency and leads to fatigue. Short breaks refresh your mind and maintain focus. Discipline grows when you understand the importance of pacing yourself. Time management is not only about work, it is about balancing productivity with recovery to sustain consistent performance. Use tools and systems to support time management. Calendars, planners, timers, and apps can help structure your day. These tools provide reminders, track progress, and maintain focus. Discipline strengthens when your environment and systems are aligned with your goals. The easier it is to follow your plan, the more likely you are to remain consistent. Guard your mornings. The way you start the day sets the tone for everything that follows. Begin with high-priority tasks or personal growth activities. Avoid starting with distractions, social media, or unimportant chores. Morning discipline builds momentum for the day. Your energy, focus, and clarity increase when you take control of the first hours of your day. Time management begins with the choices you make at the start of each day. Learn to batch similar tasks together. Grouping related activities reduces the mental cost of switching between tasks. Email, phone calls, and administrative work can be done in blocks, leaving uninterrupted time for creative or high-value work. Discipline strengthens when you reduce friction and streamline your workflow. Efficient use of time ensures that your efforts consistently produce results. Set boundaries around your time with others. Protect periods for focused work, learning, and personal growth. Communicate these boundaries clearly to friends, family, and colleagues. Discipline is reinforced when your environment respects your time. You gain control over your schedule and ensure that distractions and interruptions are minimized. This allows you to act consistently and productively. Finally, remember that effective time management is a skill developed through practice. It requires planning, focus, prioritization, and reflection. Discipline grows as you refine this skill daily. Each hour you manage intentionally compounds into greater productivity, progress, and achievement. Time is the currency of life, and when spent wisely, it creates opportunities, freedom, and results. Every day you control your time, you build the life you desire. Chapter 7. Overcome procrastination with immediate action. Procrastination is one of the biggest enemies of discipline. Every person has felt the weight of delay. You know what needs to be done, but you push it aside for later. Later turns into hours, days, and even months. The more you delay, the heavier the task feels. The mind begins to resist action and fear grows. Procrastination steals your time, energy, and potential. If you want to build self-discipline, overcoming procrastination must become a priority. Discipline starts the moment you choose action over avoidance. The first step to defeating procrastination is awareness. Notice when you are avoiding tasks and identify why. Often procrastination comes from fear, uncertainty, or lack of motivation. You might worry about failure, doubt your ability, or feel overwhelmed by the size of the task. Recognizing the reason allows you to address it directly. Once you understand why you delay, you can replace hesitation with a strategy. Discipline begins with seeing the truth of your actions without judgment. Immediate action is the cure for procrastination. The moment you feel resistance, take the smallest possible step toward completing the task. It could be opening a document, writing one sentence, making one phone call, or cleaning one area. Action reduces the mental pressure and breaks the cycle of delay. Once you begin, momentum builds naturally. Discipline grows when you act despite fear or discomfort. Progress is not created by thinking or planning alone, but by starting. Break tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Large tasks can feel impossible and increase the urge to procrastinate. Divide the work into clear, achievable steps. Focus on completing one small part at a time. Each completed step provides a sense of accomplishment and makes the next step easier. Discipline is strengthened when tasks feel doable. Small wins reduce mental resistance and make consistent action possible. Eliminate distractions immediately. When you procrastinate, distractions like social media, messages, or unnecessary chores often fill the void. Create an environment that supports action. Turn off notifications, silence your phone, and remove anything that competes for your attention. Discipline is easier when your environment guides you toward focus. The less your mind is pulled away, the more likely you are to take immediate action. Use time limits to force action. Commit to working on a task for just 5 or 10 minutes. Often the hardest part is starting. Once you begin, you discover that continuing is easier than you imagined. The sense of urgency created by a small time limit reduces hesitation. Discipline grows when you learn to act immediately, rather than waiting for motivation or perfect conditions. Action itself generates motivation and confidence. Focus on why the task matters. Procrastination is often fueled by a lack of connection to purpose. Remind yourself how completing the task moves you closer to your goals. Link action to outcomes that excite you. When you see the value in doing the work, it becomes easier to act. Discipline strengthens when every action feels meaningful. Purpose reduces resistance and creates momentum for consistent effort. Commit publicly or hold yourself accountable. Tell someone what you intend to do or set a visible goal. Accountability creates external pressure to act immediately. Discipline is reinforced when you know your progress will be noticed or tracked. Reporting actions even to yourself transforms intention into concrete follow-through. This external structure helps overcome internal hesitation and builds consistency. Visualize completion. Imagine the satisfaction of finishing the task and the relief it will bring. Procrastination often exaggerates difficulty in your mind. Visualizing success shifts your focus from fear to accomplishment. The mental rehearsal prepares your mind for action. Discipline grows when your brain anticipates reward and sees the benefits of immediate effort. The imagined success encourages you to take the first step without delay. Start with the most important task first. Procrastination often targets critical actions because they feel challenging. Begin your day by tackling high-priority tasks before distractions take over. This approach, sometimes called eating the frog, ensures that essential actions are completed consistently. Discipline strengthens when you face challenges head-on rather than avoiding them. High-value actions become habitual when addressed immediately each day. Develop a bias toward action. Make acting immediately a rule in your life. Whenever you identify a task, do something about it without overthinking. This habit trains your mind to move from intention to execution quickly. Discipline grows when action becomes automatic. Over time, procrastination loses its power because your default response is to do rather than delay. Immediate action becomes a natural part of your character. Reward yourself for starting. Even a small acknowledgement reinforces the behavior. The act of taking action, regardless of the outcome, should be celebrated. This positive reinforcement trains your brain to associate action with reward. Discipline strengthens when consistent behavior is recognized and reinforced. Momentum builds naturally when starting feels satisfying. Identify and challenge limiting beliefs. Often procrastination is rooted in thoughts like, "I cannot do this," or "it is too hard." Question these beliefs and replace them with action-oriented statements. For example, "I will start now and figure it out as I go." Discipline grows when you move despite doubt. Action proves capability and reduces mental resistance over time. Use visual reminders to prompt action. Place notes, lists or symbols where you can see them frequently. Immediate visual cues encourage you to act instead of delaying. Discipline is reinforced when your environment reminds you of your responsibilities and goals. Each prompt increases the likelihood of following through and strengthens habit formation. Avoid waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable and fluctuates daily. Discipline requires acting even when you do not feel motivated. Take the first step regardless of energy or emotion. Often, action generates motivation rather than waiting for motivation to appear. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle where effort produces energy and energy produces further effort. Reflect on the cost of procrastination. Every delay has consequences. Time lost, opportunities missed, and stress accumulated are all results of inaction. Remind yourself of what you lose by waiting. Understanding the cost strengthens urgency and commitment. Discipline grows when you consciously choose action over delay and understand the tangible impact of hesitation. Practice making decisions quickly. Procrastination often occurs because you overthink options. Train yourself to decide efficiently and act immediately. Each decision taken promptly builds confidence and reinforces discipline. Over time, your ability to move forward without hesitation becomes instinctive, reducing the mental barriers that feed procrastination. Incorporate deadlines and self-imposed schedules. Even when external deadlines are absent, set your own timelines to create accountability. Discipline is reinforced by honoring these self-imposed commitments. Immediate action becomes habitual when each task has a clear time frame for completion. You learn to act quickly, efficiently, and consistently. Remember that starting small is powerful. The first action breaks resistance. Once begun, the task feels less daunting. Momentum builds with each subsequent step. Discipline grows as repeated small actions develop into a reliable pattern of completion. You begin to see yourself as someone who acts immediately, rather than someone who delays indefinitely. Overcoming procrastination requires practice, awareness, and immediate action. Recognize hesitation, understand the cause, and take the smallest possible step right now. Break tasks into manageable parts, remove distractions, set time limits, and focus on meaningful outcomes. Visualize success, prioritize high-value tasks, and maintain accountability. Consistency in taking immediate action transforms procrastination into progress and builds the foundation for unshakable self-discipline. Chapter 8. Stay persistent, even when it is difficult. Persistence is the backbone of self-discipline. Life is not easy and challenges are inevitable. Every person faces obstacles, setbacks, and moments when giving up seems like the easiest option. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid difficulty. They are the ones who keep moving forward despite it. Persistence is a conscious choice. It is the decision to continue acting toward your goals even when the path is hard, slow, or uncomfortable. Discipline is strengthened when persistence becomes part of your daily practice. Many people quit too soon because they expect immediate results. They put in effort for a short time, and when the outcome is not visible, they feel discouraged. Life rarely rewards instant success. Growth, achievement, and mastery take time. Persistence requires understanding that progress is often slow and invisible at first. Each small step counts even when it does not feel significant. Your continued effort accumulates over time, producing results that appear almost sudden to those who were not paying attention. Persistence is built by developing a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities to grow. When difficulties arise, instead of reacting with frustration or fear, you analyze the situation and ask what can be learned. Every challenge is a chance to improve skills, strengthen character, and expand resilience. Discipline grows when you face problems actively rather than avoiding them. Your ability to endure and adapt determines how far you will go. Setbacks are inevitable, and persistence means choosing to continue even after failure. Failure is not the end, it is feedback. It reveals what does not work and guides you toward improvement. Each time you get back up, you strengthen your resolve. Persistence trains your mind to view effort as progress, not just outcomes. Discipline flourishes when you embrace failure as part of the learning process rather than a reason to quit. Consistency fuels persistence. Showing up every day regardless of motivation or comfort reinforces determination. Small, steady actions accumulate into momentum that carries you forward. Even when progress seems minimal, the act of continuing builds confidence and self-trust. Discipline is reinforced when you prove to yourself repeatedly that you can stay committed even during difficult circumstances. Remind yourself of your purpose regularly. Persistence is easier when you know why you are doing the work. A clear sense of purpose creates internal motivation. It helps you push through discomfort and overcome resistance. When the task feels hard, recalling the reason behind your effort provides the energy to continue. Discipline is strengthened when your actions are anchored in meaningful goals that matter to you personally. Visualize long-term success to maintain persistence. Imagine how achieving your goals will feel, the changes it will bring, and the pride you will experience. Visualization reinforces your commitment during tough moments. It keeps your mind focused on the reward rather than the temporary struggle. Discipline grows when you constantly connect daily effort with long-term results. Each moment of persistence becomes part of a larger vision of achievement. Break challenges into manageable steps to avoid overwhelm. Large difficulties can feel impossible and trigger the urge to quit. Divide the work into small, actionable tasks. Each completed step provides a sense of accomplishment and fuels motivation to continue. Persistence is strengthened when progress is tangible. Incremental achievements reduce fear and stress, making it easier to remain disciplined under pressure. Surround yourself with supportive people. The influence of others impacts your persistence. People who encourage, challenge, and hold you accountable strengthen your resolve. Avoid those who undermine your efforts or promote excuses. Discipline grows when your environment supports consistency and perseverance. Positive reinforcement from others helps you maintain focus during difficult times. Develop resilience by embracing discomfort. Persistence often requires pushing through physical, mental, or emotional strain. Learning to tolerate discomfort without giving up strengthens your capacity for sustained effort. Discipline is reinforced each time you endure difficulty without abandoning your commitments. Over time, the ability to persist under pressure becomes a habit, allowing you to tackle increasingly challenging goals. Track progress to maintain motivation. Keeping a record of your achievements, even small ones, reminds you that effort is producing results. This visual proof encourages continued persistence. Discipline grows when you can see tangible evidence of your consistency. Reflection on progress provides encouragement, reduces self-doubt, and reinforces the belief that persistence pays off. Stay adaptable in your approach. Persistence does not mean blindly following a failing method. It means continuing toward your goal while adjusting strategies as necessary. Evaluate what works and what does not. Modify your plan without losing sight of the ultimate objective. Discipline grows when persistence is combined with intelligent action. Flexibility ensures that continued effort leads to real progress rather than wasted energy. Establish routines that reinforce persistence. Daily rituals, schedules, and structured habits make it easier to act consistently even when motivation is low. Discipline becomes automatic when your environment and routines encourage persistent behavior. Repetition of intentional actions over time strengthens commitment and reduces reliance on fluctuating emotions or energy levels. Maintain mental focus by limiting distractions. Persistence falters when attention is scattered or diverted. Protect your time and energy to ensure sustained effort on critical tasks. Discipline is reinforced when you concentrate fully on the actions that drive results. Focus amplifies the effectiveness of persistence and increases the likelihood of achieving meaningful outcomes. Celebrate progress to sustain energy. Recognizing small achievements along the way provides emotional reinforcement. Acknowledging milestones strengthens your desire to continue. Persistence is easier when your mind associates effort with positive experiences. Discipline grows when rewards, no matter how minor, reinforce the habit of continued action. Understand that persistence builds character. Each time you endure difficulty, overcome resistance, and keep moving forward, you strengthen your mental and emotional resilience. Discipline becomes a natural part of your identity because persistence is repeated, habitual action. You become someone who faces challenges rather than avoiding them. Your character and habits reinforce each other, creating a strong foundation for continued success. Remind yourself daily that growth requires effort. Life does not hand success to those who quit at the first sign of difficulty. Every step you take, no matter how small, matters. Discipline grows when you embrace effort as necessary and valuable. Persistence becomes easier when you accept that challenges are part of the journey and that commitment to action defines results. Persistence is a deliberate choice to continue acting even when the path is difficult. It requires consistent effort, adaptation, focus, and reflection. By breaking challenges into steps, embracing discomfort, staying accountable, and connecting effort to purpose, you strengthen discipline and build resilience. Each day of persistent action compounds into progress. Your ability to continue when others give up defines the life you will create and the goals you will ultimately achieve. Chapter 9. Build resilience through daily challenges. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and keep moving forward. Life will test you with obstacles, failures, and unexpected difficulties. Some people crumble under pressure, while others use challenges as fuel to grow stronger. Building resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It is about learning to face it consistently and using it to develop strength. Discipline and resilience are inseparable. The more resilient you become, the easier it is to stay disciplined in pursuit of your goals. Daily challenges are opportunities to strengthen resilience. Life is not always extraordinary, but small difficulties happen every day. They could be interruptions, mistakes, or minor setbacks. Each time you respond to these challenges with calm, focus, and action, you train your mind to handle bigger obstacles. Discipline grows when you treat small challenges as exercises for your mental toughness. The ability to recover quickly and maintain effort under pressure is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Start by changing your perspective on challenges. Many people see difficulties as threats or punishments. This mindset leads to fear, frustration, and procrastination. Instead, view each challenge as a test of your character and an opportunity to learn. Ask yourself what lesson or skill this situation can teach you. Discipline strengthens when you reframe problems as steps toward growth rather than barriers. Resilience develops each time you approach difficulty with curiosity and determination. Build a habit of problem solving. When a challenge arises, avoid panic or avoidance. Break the issue down into smaller parts and focus on what you can control. Take immediate action on the aspects within your power. Each solved problem reinforces confidence and resilience. Discipline is strengthened when your mind becomes conditioned to respond with action rather than fear. Over time, this approach reduces stress and increases your ability to handle more complex difficulties. Practice emotional control. Challenges often trigger strong emotions like frustration, fear, or anger. Resilient people learn to acknowledge their emotions without letting them control behavior. Take a deep breath, observe your feelings, and respond intentionally. Discipline grows when emotions support rational decisions instead of hindering action. Emotional stability allows you to maintain focus, make better choices, and act consistently even under pressure. Set small challenges deliberately. Push yourself outside of comfort zones in controlled ways every day. It could be speaking up in a meeting, learning a new skill, or taking on a task that feels difficult. Each time you overcome a manageable challenge, your resilience increases. Discipline is reinforced because you repeatedly prove to yourself that effort and persistence lead to success. Incremental exposure to difficulty trains your mind to handle stress without giving up. Learn to recover quickly from setbacks. When things do not go as planned, resist the urge to dwell or blame yourself. Assess what happened, extract the lesson, and move forward immediately. Resilience is built through rapid recovery and continued effort. Discipline strengthens when your focus remains on progress rather than setbacks. Each recovery reinforces your ability to keep moving forward in spite of obstacles. Maintain a daily routine that includes small, purposeful actions. Consistent habits provide stability and structure even during chaotic periods. Discipline grows when routines create predictability, reducing the mental burden of decision-making. Daily challenges become easier to face when you are grounded in structured habits. Over time, these routines support resilience by keeping you anchored in consistent effort. Surround yourself with supportive influences. People who encourage, mentor, or challenge you positively impact your resilience. They provide guidance, perspective, and motivation during difficult times. Discipline is reinforced when your environment supports growth and recovery. Isolation or negative influences weaken resilience, making it harder to maintain consistent effort when faced with obstacles. Reflect on past challenges and how you overcame them. This reflection reinforces your belief in your capacity to handle difficulty. Remembering previous successes boosts confidence and provides a mental blueprint for future challenges. Discipline grows when past victories remind you of your ability to persist. Resilience strengthens when you internalize evidence that effort and consistency pay off. Develop physical resilience alongside mental resilience. Exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest strengthen your body and mind simultaneously. Physical challenges teach you to endure discomfort and maintain effort over time. Discipline is easier when your body has the energy and stamina to support your daily actions. Daily physical effort also creates confidence in your ability to face other forms of challenge. Practice patience and persistence in small tasks. Not every challenge is dramatic. Resilience is built through repeated effort in ordinary situations. Completing difficult assignments, handling routine stress, or managing personal frustrations all contribute. Discipline grows when you commit to continuous action, even when results are delayed. Each act of patience strengthens your capacity to handle greater difficulties later. Embrace feedback and correction. Challenges often reveal weaknesses or mistakes. Instead of resisting correction, view it as valuable information for growth. Resilience develops when you accept feedback and adjust behavior accordingly. Discipline is reinforced because you are willing to act on lessons learned rather than repeating errors. Continuous improvement is a product of facing challenges and responding wisely. Set realistic expectations. Life will always have ups and downs. Resilient people accept that difficulties are part of the journey. They avoid unrealistic expectations that lead to disappointment or frustration. Discipline grows when you maintain effort despite setbacks because you understand that progress is uneven. Each challenge is a step forward, even if progress seems slow. Use visualization to prepare for challenges. Imagine situations that may be difficult and practice how you will respond. Mentally rehearsing challenges reduces fear and increases confidence. Discipline strengthens when your mind is prepared to act effectively. Resilience grows when you anticipate difficulties and respond proactively rather than reactively. Celebrate overcoming challenges no matter how small. Acknowledging your efforts reinforces the habit of persistence and resilience. Recognition strengthens confidence and provides motivation to continue. Discipline is reinforced when you link effort to positive outcomes, creating a pattern of consistent action. Each small victory becomes evidence of your ability to face future challenges. Maintain a problem-solving mindset instead of a victim mindset. Challenges are opportunities, not punishments. Approach each difficulty by asking, "What can I do to improve this situation?" This mindset shift strengthens resilience and supports disciplined action. Over time, your ability to navigate setbacks becomes instinctive, and challenges no longer derail your progress. Incorporate reflection and adaptation daily. Review the challenges you faced, how you responded, and what you learned. Adjust your strategies to improve future outcomes. Resilience grows when you learn from experience instead of repeating mistakes. Discipline is strengthened when every obstacle becomes a lesson that informs better decisions and consistent action. Building resilience through daily challenges strengthens both character and discipline. Facing minor difficulties regularly prepares you for major obstacles. Small acts of endurance, problem-solving, and emotional control accumulate into a mindset capable of handling life's unpredictability. Each challenge met increases confidence, reinforces daily effort, and solidifies the habits necessary for sustained self-discipline. Resilience is the muscle that keeps you moving forward no matter what comes your way. Chapter 10. Develop a strong, disciplined mindset now. A strong, disciplined mindset is the foundation of success in every area of life. Without it, even the best plans, goals, or strategies fail. Your mind is the control center for your actions. It determines whether you follow through on commitments or give in to temptation and distraction. Developing discipline starts with training your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes to support consistent action. The moment you strengthen your mind, you gain control over your choices, your habits, and ultimately your future. Start by taking responsibility for your life. A disciplined mind does not blame circumstances, other people, or luck for results. It accepts full accountability for actions and outcomes. When you own your decisions, you gain the power to change them. Discipline grows when you realize that your success depends on your effort, focus, and commitment. Every choice you make becomes an opportunity to reinforce your mindset and build self-control. Develop clarity about your goals and values. A strong mind acts with purpose. It knows what matters most and aligns daily actions with those priorities. Without clarity, your energy is scattered and discipline is weak. Take time to define what you truly want and why. When your mind is clear, decision-making becomes easier and commitment strengthens. Discipline flows naturally when your actions are guided by a well-defined purpose. Train your mind to focus on what you can control. Life throws challenges, distractions, and unexpected events at everyone. A disciplined mindset does not waste energy on things beyond your influence. It concentrates effort on areas where action matters. By focusing on controllable factors, you gain confidence and effectiveness. Discipline grows when your attention is directed toward results rather than frustration or worry. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Your mind will often try to sabotage your efforts with thoughts like, "I cannot do this," or "I am not capable." Challenge these beliefs and replace them with statements that encourage action. Tell yourself, "I can learn, I can improve, and I can achieve this." A strong mind thrives on positive, realistic self-talk. Discipline strengthens when your thoughts support effort rather than create excuses. Build mental endurance through repeated practice. Discipline is a habit, and habits are formed by repetition. Push yourself to act consistently even when you do not feel like it. Your mind becomes stronger each time you follow through. Over time, consistent effort makes discipline automatic. Mental endurance grows with daily commitment, and challenges feel less intimidating because your mindset has been trained to persist. Learn to delay gratification. A disciplined mind understands that short-term comfort often comes at the expense of long-term goals. Train yourself to wait, resist temptation, and prioritize important actions over immediate pleasure. Each time you choose effort over ease, you reinforce self-control. Discipline grows when your mind values long-term results more than temporary satisfaction. Delayed gratification becomes a natural response, shaping your character and outcomes. Use visualization to strengthen your mindset. Imagine yourself completing tasks, achieving goals, and overcoming obstacles. Picture the feelings of accomplishment, confidence, and pride. Mental rehearsal trains your mind to expect success and prepares you to act. Discipline is reinforced when visualization aligns your emotions with purposeful action. Your brain begins to see effort as necessary and achievable, making consistent effort easier. Adopt a problem-solving attitude. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable. A disciplined mind does not dwell on difficulties or assign blame. It evaluates the situation, identifies solutions, and takes action. Each problem becomes an opportunity to learn and grow. Discipline strengthens when your mind treats obstacles as stepping stones rather than barriers. Persistence and resilience are natural byproducts of this approach. Establish daily mental routines that reinforce focus. Spend time each morning reviewing goals, setting intentions, and planning priorities. Regular reflection and planning condition your mind to act consistently. Discipline grows when your mental state is prepared for the day. Habits of intentional thought create the clarity and determination necessary for sustained self-control. Surround yourself with supportive influences. Your mindset is shaped by the people, ideas, and information you expose yourself to. Seek mentors, friends, and sources of knowledge that encourage growth, discipline, and accountability. Avoid negative influences that promote excuses or undermine effort. A strong mind thrives in a positive, disciplined environment. Discipline is easier when reinforced by external support that aligns with your goals. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. A strong mind does not fear difficulty or discomfort. It understands that effort under pressure strengthens character and skill. Each challenge faced intentionally increases confidence and competence. Discipline grows when your mind anticipates difficulty and responds with deliberate action. Resilience and persistence are built by repeatedly confronting obstacles rather than avoiding them. Practice self-reflection daily. Take time to examine your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Ask yourself if your mindset supported discipline today. Identify areas for improvement and plan corrective action. Mental awareness strengthens your ability to choose intentional responses rather than reacting impulsively. Discipline is reinforced through conscious evaluation and adjustment of your mindset over time. Focus on incremental improvement. A disciplined mind is not discouraged by slow progress. It recognizes that small, consistent effort compounds over time. Each day you act intentionally and follow through adds to your growth. Discipline strengthens when your mind values progress over perfection and understands that effort is cumulative. Success is built step by step, and a strong mindset embraces the process rather than demanding instant results. Develop emotional regulation skills. A strong mind maintains control even when emotions run high. Stress, frustration, or fear can disrupt focus and weaken discipline. Practice techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or pausing before reacting. Emotional control allows your mind to act rationally and consistently. Discipline grows when your emotions are allies rather than obstacles. You learn to maintain effort regardless of internal or external pressures. Take consistent action to reinforce mental habits. Thoughts alone are not enough to build discipline. Action is the proof of a strong mind. Each deliberate effort reinforces your beliefs, habits, and identity as a disciplined person. Over time, action and mindset align seamlessly, creating a powerful feedback loop. Discipline strengthens when you repeatedly demonstrate your commitment to yourself through tangible effort. Maintain a learning mindset. A strong mind understands that growth is ongoing. You are not limited by current knowledge, skill, or ability. Continuous learning and curiosity expand capability and reinforce confidence. Discipline is easier when you approach challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats. Knowledge, skill, and experience all reinforce a mindset that thrives on consistent, focused effort. Visualize obstacles and rehearse responses in advance. Anticipating difficulties prepares your mind to act decisively under pressure. Mental rehearsal reduces hesitation, fear, and distraction. Discipline grows when your brain has a plan for action even in the face of uncertainty. Preparation creates confidence and reinforces the belief that consistent effort will produce results. A strong, disciplined mindset is cultivated through responsibility, clarity, focus, persistence, emotional control, and consistent action. By committing to daily mental habits, confronting challenges intentionally, and aligning thoughts with purpose, you strengthen your mind to support sustained effort. Discipline becomes natural when your mindset consistently guides behavior toward meaningful goals. Each day of deliberate action reinforces your capacity to act, endure, and achieve, forming the foundation of lasting personal and professional success. Chapter 11. Practice self-accountability for growth. Self-accountability is the cornerstone of personal growth and self-discipline. Without it, even the best intentions are powerless. Many people drift through life blaming circumstances, other people, or luck for their lack of progress. This mindset creates frustration and stagnation. Accountability means owning your actions, decisions, and results fully. It is the willingness to evaluate yourself honestly, accept responsibility for mistakes, and take corrective action. Discipline is strengthened when you consistently hold yourself accountable because it creates a direct connection between effort and results. Start by setting clear standards for yourself. Accountability begins with knowing what you expect from your own behavior. Decide the habits, routines, and actions that are essential for your growth. Without clear standards, you cannot measure your progress. Discipline grows when your expectations are specific, measurable, and realistic. Each day, your performance is assessed against these standards, keeping your effort aligned with your goals. Track your progress consistently. Writing down actions, accomplishments, and setbacks provides clarity. A record allows you to see patterns in behavior, areas of strength, and aspects needing improvement. Accountability becomes tangible when you measure performance objectively. Discipline strengthens when you have a clear view of what you did and did not do, allowing you to take corrective steps immediately. Be honest with yourself. Avoid excuses or rationalizations that diminish responsibility. Self-accountability requires confronting the truth even when it is uncomfortable. A disciplined mind does not hide from failure or assign blame elsewhere. The more honest you are, the faster you can adjust and improve. Discipline deepens when your self-evaluation reflects reality rather than wishful thinking. Take immediate action on mistakes. Accountability is not only about recognizing failure but also correcting it. When you identify an error, act to fix it quickly. Delaying correction reduces learning and allows bad habits to persist. Discipline grows when mistakes are seen as opportunities for immediate improvement. Each correction reinforces the habit of responsibility and strengthens long-term success. Set consequences and rewards for your actions. Treat your behavior as if it matters because it does. Reward yourself when you meet commitments and enforce consequences when you fail to follow through. Accountability strengthens when actions have clear, immediate implications. Discipline is reinforced when you consistently respond to your behavior in a structured, intentional way, rather than ignoring it or leaving it to chance. Use reflection as a daily practice. Each evening, review what you did, what you accomplished, and where you fell short. Ask yourself questions such as, did I act consistently with my goals today? Or, where could I have done better? Reflection builds self-awareness, which is essential for growth. Discipline grows when you integrate reflection into daily life, providing a regular checkpoint for intentional improvement. Take responsibility for your time and priorities. Many people blame busyness for their lack of progress. Self-accountability requires recognizing that your time is your responsibility. Every minute spent or wasted is a choice. Discipline grows when you make deliberate decisions about how to spend your time. Ownership of your schedule ensures that your daily actions align with your long-term goals. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Accountability is about measuring your own actions against your own standards, not someone else's. Comparison often leads to frustration or distraction. Focus on your personal growth, your progress, and your results. Discipline is reinforced when your energy is invested in improving yourself rather than judging others. Self-accountability thrives in an inward-focused mindset that prioritizes personal responsibility. Seek feedback from trusted sources. While accountability is primarily personal, constructive feedback can accelerate growth. Mentors, peers, or coaches can help you identify blind spots and provide guidance. Discipline is strengthened when external perspectives inform your actions. Feedback provides insight, validation, and direction that supports consistent improvement. Record commitments publicly when possible. Sharing your goals and intentions with someone else increases accountability. When others are aware, you feel pressure to follow through. Discipline grows when social accountability reinforces your personal responsibility. Public commitment turns intention into action and reduces the temptation to procrastinate or deviate from your plan. Create a habit of reviewing results weekly. A longer-term reflection helps you understand progress patterns and refine strategies. Weekly evaluation allows you to celebrate achievements, identify recurring obstacles, and adjust your approach. Discipline is reinforced when assessment is structured and regular. Over time, this habit cultivates a mindset of continuous improvement and self-management. Focus on controllable actions rather than outcomes. Accountability is about your effort, not luck or external circumstances. You cannot always control results, but you can control how consistently and effectively you act. Discipline grows when your mindset values action over outcome. Each day you act intentionally, you strengthen your ability to influence results consistently. Develop self-trust. Accountability builds confidence in your own reliability. Each time you follow through on commitments to yourself, your self-trust grows. Discipline becomes easier because your mind expects action and your habits reinforce consistency. Trusting yourself creates a cycle of accountability where effort naturally aligns with goals and standards. Avoid excuses by creating clear boundaries. Define what is acceptable behavior and what is not. Hold yourself to those boundaries consistently. Accountability is weakened when boundaries are flexible or ignored. Discipline is reinforced when you enforce limits on your behavior and act in alignment with your principles. Clear boundaries create a framework for consistent, responsible action. Use mistakes as learning opportunities. Each error provides insight into behavior, habits, or strategy. Analyze what went wrong and how you can improve. Self-accountability is about understanding consequences and making adjustments. Discipline grows when failure is not a source of shame but a tool for growth. Each lesson learned strengthens your ability to act effectively and responsibly in the future. Document your progress visually. Charts, checklists, or logs provide tangible evidence of consistency and effort. Seeing progress reinforces motivation and encourages continued accountability. Discipline strengthens when success is visible, creating positive reinforcement for consistent action. Visual tracking makes responsibility concrete and measurable. Maintain consistency even when no one is watching. True self-accountability exists when you act responsibly without external pressure. Discipline is reinforced when your behavior is guided by internal standards rather than the expectation of others. Acting consistently when alone strengthens character and develops habits that persist under any circumstance. Practice asking yourself challenging questions regularly. Questions such as, "Am I doing my best?" or "What could I improve today?" trigger introspection and action. Discipline grows when self-inquiry becomes habitual, prompting corrective steps before problems escalate. A questioning mindset ensures that accountability is active, continuous, and honest. Self-accountability is the foundation of disciplined growth. It requires honesty, reflection, ownership of actions, and the willingness to learn from mistakes. By setting clear standards, tracking progress, seeking feedback, and acting immediately on errors, you build a mindset that enforces consistency. Discipline strengthens as self-responsibility becomes habitual. Each day you hold yourself accountable, you cultivate personal power, resilience, and the ability to achieve meaningful, long-term success. Chapter 12. Celebrate small victories along your journey. Success is rarely a sudden, dramatic event. It is built from countless small actions, consistent effort, and incremental progress. Many people overlook these small victories, waiting only for major accomplishments to feel satisfied. This mindset undermines discipline and slows growth. Celebrating small wins reinforces the behaviors that lead to larger achievements. Recognition of progress keeps motivation alive, strengthens confidence, and builds the mental habits necessary for long-term success. Discipline grows when every step forward, no matter how minor, is acknowledged and valued. Start by identifying what counts as a small victory. Completing a task on time, making a difficult decision, resisting a temptation, or following through on a commitment are all achievements. Write them down or mentally note them. Awareness is key. When you recognize each accomplishment, you reinforce the connection between effort and reward. Discipline strengthens because your mind begins to associate consistent action with positive feelings, creating momentum to continue acting responsibly. Celebrate victories in ways that reinforce your effort. This does not have to be extravagant. A simple acknowledgement, a personal reward, or sharing your success with someone supportive creates positive reinforcement. The act of celebrating signals to your brain that the action was meaningful. Discipline is reinforced when your mind links consistent work to satisfaction and pride. Over time, this reinforcement strengthens your commitment to daily effort. Use small victories to build confidence. Achieving even minor goals proves that your effort produces results. This confidence grows with each successive win. Discipline becomes easier because your self-belief supports consistent action. When you see that following through works, hesitation and self-doubt diminish. Each small victory is a reminder that persistence and effort pay off. Reflect on victories to understand progress. Take time to review what actions led to success. Analyze what went well and why it mattered. Reflection reinforces learning and encourages repetition of effective behavior. Discipline strengthens when you use success as a guide for future action. Your mind becomes trained to recognize effective strategies, making consistent effort more natural and intentional. Share achievements with others when appropriate. Positive feedback and encouragement from others amplify the impact of small wins. It provides external validation and strengthens motivation. Discipline is reinforced when your actions are acknowledged by those who support your growth. Sharing progress also creates accountability, ensuring that you continue to act consistently toward your goals. Avoid waiting for perfection to celebrate. Many people delay recognition until a major milestone is achieved. This mindset leads to frustration and reduces motivation. Celebrating small steps acknowledges effort, even if the outcome is not yet complete. Discipline grows when progress is recognized and appreciated regularly. Each small success becomes a stepping stone toward larger achievements. Link victories to long-term goals. Each small win contributes to a bigger picture. Keep in mind how minor achievements move you closer to your objectives. This perspective creates purpose for daily effort. Discipline strengthens when each action feels connected to a meaningful outcome. Seeing the cumulative effect of small victories encourages consistent, intentional effort. Celebrate consistency itself, not just outcomes. Discipline is built through repeated effort. Showing up every day, completing tasks, and maintaining habits deserve recognition. Each act of consistency reinforces your identity as a disciplined person. Mental reinforcement of these behaviors strengthens persistence, resilience, and commitment to long-term growth. Use small victories to maintain motivation during challenges. When progress feels slow or obstacles appear, reflecting on recent wins reminds you of capability and momentum. Discipline is reinforced because motivation is maintained even in difficult periods. Recognizing progress creates emotional energy that propels further effort. Keep a victory log. Write down every achievement, no matter how minor. Review it regularly to see the accumulation of effort. This practice provides tangible evidence of progress and reinforces your belief in your ability to act consistently. Discipline grows when you can see your effort producing results over time. A victory log becomes a visual reminder of the power of persistence and consistent action. Reward behaviors, not just outcomes. A small victory is as much about the action as the result. Reward yourself for completing the effort, following through on commitments, or maintaining focus. Discipline strengthens when your mind values the process, not just the end result. Recognizing effort ensures that positive behaviors become habits and that success is built on a foundation of consistent action. Incorporate celebrations into your daily or weekly routine. Plan specific times to acknowledge achievements and reflect on progress. Regular recognition makes it easier to maintain morale, confidence, and focus. Discipline grows when acknowledgement becomes a habitual part of your journey. Each celebration reinforces the value of consistent effort and personal responsibility. Celebrate victories to reinforce identity. Each small win builds the belief that you are capable, reliable, and disciplined. Your identity becomes aligned with consistent effort and intentional action. Discipline is easier to maintain when your self-image supports the behaviors necessary for growth. Small victories shape the mental narrative that you are someone who achieves through commitment and perseverance. Acknowledge effort in areas outside goals as well. Everyday tasks, acts of responsibility, and small demonstrations of focus deserve recognition. Each acknowledgement reinforces habits of diligence and persistence. Discipline grows when positive behaviors are noticed and reinforced, regardless of scale. Recognition of effort creates an internal feedback loop that motivates continued action. Use celebrations to fuel learning. Reflect on what contributed to success, what strategies were effective, and how obstacles were overcome. Each small victory provides information to improve future actions. Discipline strengthens when progress is combined with insight. Learning from small wins ensures that habits and strategies become more refined and effective over time. Avoid minimizing victories. Many people dismiss small achievements as unimportant. This mindset undermines motivation and reduces reinforcement of positive behaviors. Each success, no matter how minor, contributes to long-term growth. Discipline grows when you honor every step forward and recognize its value in shaping your habits, mindset, and future outcomes. Celebrate victories to maintain emotional energy. Positive reinforcement creates a sense of pride, satisfaction, and motivation. This energy sustains effort during difficult periods. Discipline is reinforced when emotions support consistent action. Each acknowledgement of success provides fuel to continue acting even when challenges arise. Link celebrations to future action. Use each victory as a reminder of what is possible and as motivation to continue progressing. Discipline strengthens when reflection on success encourages further effort. Each small win becomes both recognition and inspiration for continued growth, reinforcing a cycle of intentional action and consistent achievement. Recognizing and celebrating small victories is essential for building self-discipline. Each achievement, no matter how minor, reinforces habits, strengthens confidence, and maintains motivation. By reflecting on progress, rewarding effort, and connecting accomplishments to long-term goals, you train your mind to value consistent action. Discipline grows when every step forward is acknowledged, creating momentum that propels you toward success and empowers you to continue achieving even when the journey is challenging. Chapter 13. Review and adjust your discipline strategies. Discipline is not a fixed skill. What works today may not work tomorrow. Life changes, challenges evolve, and your goals shift over time. To remain effective, you must regularly review and adjust your discipline strategies. Many people act consistently but fail to see results because their approach is outdated or misaligned. Reviewing your strategies allows you to identify what works, what needs improvement, and what should be replaced. Discipline grows when your actions are informed, intentional, and adaptable, rather than rigid and unexamined. Start by setting aside time to reflect on your routines and habits. Ask yourself questions such as, which behaviors are bringing me closer to my goals? And which actions are draining my energy without results? Honest evaluation is essential. Discipline is strengthened when you understand which strategies are effective and which are counterproductive. Self-awareness allows you to make informed adjustments rather than continuing inefficient patterns out of habit. Analyze your successes and setbacks objectively. Look at what contributed to progress and what caused obstacles. Avoid blaming circumstances or others. Take responsibility for both outcomes and actions. Discipline grows when you learn from every experience. Reviewing outcomes provides insight, and insight allows for improvement. Each adjustment reinforces a mindset of continuous growth. Identify habits that need modification. Some behaviors may have been effective initially but now hinder your progress. Others may be inconsistent or incomplete. By pinpointing areas that require change, you create an opportunity to improve. Discipline is reinforced when adjustments are intentional and strategic. Each revised habit brings you closer to your goals while maintaining consistency and focus. Prioritize strategies that produce the greatest impact. Not all actions are equally valuable. Evaluate which behaviors contribute most to your progress. Eliminate or reduce efforts that yield little return. Discipline grows when your energy is directed efficiently. Focusing on high-impact actions ensures that your effort produces meaningful results, reinforcing the value of consistent effort. Experiment with new approaches. Adaptation is part of maintaining effective discipline. If something is not working, explore alternative methods. Test different routines, schedules, or techniques to find what best supports your goals. Discipline is strengthened when you are willing to adjust methods without abandoning commitment. Flexibility combined with persistence creates a resilient and effective approach to success. Monitor progress with measurable indicators. Keep track of outcomes, habits, and timelines. Quantitative and qualitative feedback allows you to assess whether changes are working. Discipline grows when you can see tangible evidence of improvement. Tracking progress ensures that your strategies are not only consistent but also productive, creating accountability and motivation. Reflect on motivation and mindset regularly. Your mental state influences how consistently you act. Examine whether your mindset supports discipline or encourages procrastination. Adjust mental habits, focus, or perspective to maintain high levels of commitment. Discipline strengthens when your mindset aligns with your actions, making consistency easier and more natural. Seek feedback from trusted sources. Sometimes an external perspective reveals blind spots. Mentors, peers, or colleagues can provide insights into areas needing adjustment. Discipline grows when you combine self-assessment with constructive feedback. Outside input enhances awareness and informs smarter strategies, ensuring that effort produces real results. Eliminate distractions and inefficiencies. Review your environment, routines, and habits to identify what diverts attention or reduces focus. Discipline strengthens when unnecessary obstacles are removed. By simplifying your approach and removing friction, you create space for consistent, productive action. Efficiency reinforces effort, making sustained discipline more achievable. Adjust goals as needed. Circumstances, priorities, and abilities evolve over time. Some goals may no longer align with your current path. Regularly review objectives and ensure they remain relevant and motivating. Discipline is reinforced when your actions are directed toward meaningful and achievable outcomes. Progress becomes easier when your goals inspire effort rather than create resistance. Celebrate adjustments and improvements. Recognizing the act of reviewing and refining your strategies reinforces accountability. Each adjustment, even minor, demonstrates your commitment to growth. Discipline grows when reflection leads to action. Celebrating progress in strategy reinforces learning and strengthens consistency in execution. Incorporate a regular review schedule. Set a weekly, monthly, or quarterly routine to examine your discipline strategies. Consistent evaluation ensures that effort remains aligned with goals and that habits evolve with your needs. Discipline strengthens when assessment becomes habitual, allowing continuous improvement without losing momentum. Focus on building long-term sustainability. Avoid strategies that are intense but short-lived. Sustainable discipline relies on approaches that can be maintained consistently over time. Adjust routines to balance effort, rest, and focus. Discipline grows when habits are structured for longevity, creating steady, reliable progress toward your objectives. Use reflection to reinforce accountability. Evaluating your actions encourages ownership and responsibility. Each time you adjust a strategy based on honest review, you strengthen the connection between action and outcome. Discipline deepens when your approach is consistently examined and refined. Accountability ensures that your effort produces real, measurable growth. Track patterns over time. Look for recurring successes, challenges, and habits. Patterns reveal insights that can guide future adjustments. Discipline grows when strategy is informed by observation and evidence. Recognizing trends allows for smarter action and reduces the chance of repeating ineffective behaviors. Commit to continuous improvement. Effective discipline is never static. Reviewing and adjusting strategies ensures that you are always learning, growing, and optimizing effort. Every adjustment strengthens your ability to stay consistent, adapt, and overcome obstacles. Discipline becomes dynamic, responsive, and increasingly effective with ongoing evaluation. Reviewing and adjusting discipline strategies is essential for sustained growth. Regular reflection, analysis of habits, elimination of inefficiencies, goal alignment, and experimentation create a cycle of continuous improvement. Discipline strengthens when effort is intentional, informed, and adaptable. Each review ensures that your daily actions remain effective, focused, and aligned with your long-term vision. Chapter 14. Embrace continuous personal improvement always. Personal improvement is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong commitment. The world changes, circumstances shift, and new challenges emerge constantly. Those who stop improving risk stagnation. Continuous personal improvement ensures that you grow stronger, smarter, and more capable over time. Discipline is reinforced when improvement becomes a habit rather than a sporadic effort. Each day is an opportunity to learn, refine, and elevate your skills, mindset, and habits. Start by developing a mindset that values growth over comfort. Many people prefer to remain in familiar routines even if they are unproductive. Personal improvement requires the willingness to step outside comfort zones and face uncertainty. Each time you challenge yourself, your abilities expand. Discipline grows when effort is directed toward consistent learning and skill development. Growth becomes natural when improvement is a daily priority. Set specific areas for improvement. Identify skills, knowledge, or habits that will have the most impact on your life. This focus allows you to direct energy effectively. Without clear targets, improvement becomes random and inconsistent. Discipline strengthens when personal development is deliberate and measurable. Each small advancement adds to cumulative progress that shapes long-term success. Read, study, and learn consistently. Knowledge is a key driver of personal growth. Reading books, attending courses, and observing experts provide insights and strategies to enhance your abilities. Discipline grows when learning becomes a daily habit. Each new idea or perspective equips you to make better decisions, take more effective action, and navigate challenges with skill and confidence. Practice reflection daily. Assess your actions, decisions, and results regularly. Ask what worked, what did not, and what can be improved. Reflection ensures that experience becomes learning. Discipline is reinforced when every action is evaluated for effectiveness. Personal improvement accelerates when you consciously extract lessons from both successes and failures. Take intentional action toward improvement. Growth is not just about knowledge or ideas. It requires implementation. Apply what you learn in daily life. Experiment with new behaviors, routines, and approaches. Discipline strengthens when learning is combined with action. Each step taken toward improvement solidifies habits, builds skill, and reinforces the value of consistent effort. Seek feedback and guidance. Others often see what you cannot. Mentors, peers, or experts can provide advice, perspective, and constructive critique. Discipline grows when external input informs action and accelerates development. Feedback allows you to identify blind spots and refine strategies, ensuring that improvement is both efficient and meaningful. Embrace challenges as growth opportunities. Life's difficulties are not setbacks but training grounds. Each obstacle encountered provides lessons in resilience, problem-solving, and adaptability. Discipline is strengthened when you approach challenges intentionally, seeing them as tools to refine skills and character. Continuous improvement relies on using every situation to expand capability. Develop habits that support growth. Consistency is critical in personal improvement. Daily practices like goal setting, journaling, skill practice, or planning create structure and momentum. Discipline grows when routines are designed to reinforce learning and progress. Habits form the backbone of sustainable improvement, ensuring that effort compounds over time. Avoid complacency. Even when progress is visible, continue striving to improve. Satisfaction with the present can limit potential. Personal growth is an ongoing journey, not a final destination. Discipline is reinforced when you maintain high standards and resist the temptation to settle. Each day presents new opportunities to enhance your skills, mindset, and habits. Measure progress regularly. Track accomplishments, skills learned, and behaviors improved. Monitoring development provides motivation and clarity. Discipline grows when results are visible, reinforcing the connection between effort and achievement. Consistent measurement ensures that improvement is tangible rather than abstract. Embrace adaptability. Continuous personal improvement requires flexibility. Strategies, habits, or goals may need adjustment as circumstances evolve. Discipline strengthens when you are willing to change methods while maintaining commitment to growth. Adaptability ensures that effort remains productive and aligned with current needs and opportunities. Invest in experiences that expand your perspective. Travel, exposure to different ideas, or interaction with diverse people broadens understanding. Personal improvement thrives on perspective, knowledge, and insight. Discipline grows when you actively seek opportunities that challenge your thinking and expand your skills. Each new experience adds depth and capability to your growth. Celebrate progress along the way. Recognition of small advancements reinforces habits and motivates continued effort. Discipline is strengthened when personal improvement is acknowledged and valued. Each milestone, skill acquired, or behavior refined becomes evidence that consistent effort produces meaningful results. Maintain curiosity and a learning mindset. Ask questions, explore new approaches, and remain open to discovery. Growth requires the willingness to learn continuously. Discipline is reinforced when your mind is engaged and actively seeking improvement. Curiosity fuels action, motivation, and the drive to refine every aspect of your life. Balance reflection and action. Personal improvement is most effective when thought and implementation work together. Reflect to identify opportunities for growth, then act to apply insights. Discipline grows when reflection guides behavior and action reinforces learning. Each cycle of assessment and application strengthens habits and accelerates progress. Commit to lifelong improvement. There is no final point where growth is complete. Continuous development ensures that you remain capable, adaptable, and prepared for new challenges. Discipline is reinforced when improvement is not occasional, but ingrained into daily life. Each day presents a chance to learn, practice, and evolve, building momentum that compounds over time. Continuous personal improvement always requires dedication, reflection, learning, and consistent action. By embracing growth, setting clear priorities, developing habits, seeking feedback, and challenging yourself daily, you strengthen discipline and expand your capabilities. Each small step of progress adds to a cumulative journey of achievement, resilience, and personal empowerment. Chapter 15. Live a life empowered by self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key that unlocks personal freedom, achievement, and fulfillment. Without it, life becomes reactive, driven by impulses, emotions, and external pressures. With it, every choice, every action, and every habit aligns with your goals and values. Living a life empowered by self-discipline means you are in control of your decisions. It means you act intentionally rather than being carried by circumstance. Discipline shapes character, drives progress, and creates the freedom to live on your terms. Start by committing to personal responsibility. A disciplined life begins with acknowledging that your choices determine your outcomes. Every action you take, every habit you form, and every decision you make contributes to your success or failure. When you accept responsibility fully, you gain power over your life. Discipline grows when you refuse to blame others or circumstances and instead focus on what you can do today to move forward. Align daily actions with your goals. Every disciplined life is built on small, consistent efforts that accumulate over time. Each task completed, each challenge faced, and each commitment honored reinforces your capacity to achieve larger objectives. Living intentionally requires understanding what matters most and acting in ways that support your priorities. Discipline becomes natural when your choices consistently reflect your goals rather than fleeting desires. Develop habits that support your values. Self-discipline is less about willpower in each moment and more about creating systems that guide your behavior automatically. Establish routines that prioritize growth, health, learning, and meaningful work. Each habit serves as a building block for the life you want to live. Discipline strengthens when your environment, routines, and mindset consistently reinforce positive action. Learn to manage your emotions. A life empowered by discipline is not free from challenges, stress, or setbacks. The difference is how you respond. Emotional control allows you to act deliberately rather than impulsively. By observing your feelings without letting them dictate behavior, you maintain focus and effectiveness. Discipline grows when you respond to life with thoughtfulness rather than reaction, preserving energy for meaningful action. Set boundaries to protect your time and energy. Discipline requires clarity about what you will and will not tolerate. Establish limits on distractions, unproductive activities, and negative influences. A disciplined life is supported by an environment that aligns with your values and goals. Boundaries reinforce self-respect and ensure that your daily actions contribute to growth rather than erosion of effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities. Life will inevitably test your patience, endurance, and persistence. A disciplined person faces obstacles with a mindset of growth. Each difficulty strengthens resilience, teaches lessons, and prepares you for greater success. Discipline is reinforced through repeated exposure to challenges and the conscious choice to act consistently despite discomfort. Practice delayed gratification. Long-term achievement requires sacrificing immediate pleasure for future benefit. A life empowered by disciplined values results over ease. Each decision to prioritize effort, focus, and persistence shapes habits and strengthens character. Discipline grows when your mind consistently chooses meaningful action over temporary indulgence. Over time, these choices compound into extraordinary results. Maintain a learning mindset. Continuous growth is a hallmark of a disciplined life. Seek knowledge, refine skills, and learn from experience. Each lesson learned enhances capability and expands opportunity. Discipline becomes easier when curiosity and improvement are ingrained habits. A commitment to lifelong learning ensures that your life continues to evolve toward excellence. Hold yourself accountable. Regularly assess your actions, results, and behaviors. Celebrate successes and correct mistakes promptly. Self-accountability reinforces responsibility and strengthens focus. Discipline grows when evaluation is honest and consistent. Living with accountability ensures that your choices remain aligned with your goals and values over time. Build resilience through consistency. Daily effort, even in the face of setbacks, creates a foundation of mental toughness. Resilient individuals recover quickly, maintain focus, and continue acting toward their objectives. Discipline strengthens when persistence becomes habitual. Over time, challenges feel manageable because repeated effort has prepared the mind to endure difficulty. Surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment, relationships, and sources of information shape your habits, mindset, and actions. Seek people and situations that reinforce growth, discipline, and accountability. Avoid influences that promote excuses, distractions, or complacency. Discipline is easier when your surroundings naturally support intentional action and reinforce positive behaviors. Celebrate progress and milestones. Recognizing achievements, both small and large, reinforces positive habits and motivates continued effort. Discipline grows when effort is acknowledged, creating a feedback loop of motivation and action. Each celebration strengthens confidence, reinforces identity as a disciplined person, and encourages continued commitment to goals. Use visualization to maintain focus. Imagine the life you want to live, the results you desire, and the person you aspire to become. Visualization prepares your mind to act with purpose and persistence. Discipline is reinforced when mental rehearsal aligns emotions, focus, and action. Seeing the outcomes of consistent effort strengthens resolve and energizes daily habits. Live intentionally every day. A life empowered by self-discipline is structured around purpose, not chance. Plan your day with clear priorities. Act consistently toward goals and evaluate your results. Each choice becomes meaningful and deliberate. Discipline grows when your daily life reflects conscious decisions rather than reactive behavior. Intentional living ensures that every moment contributes to long-term success. Maintain patience and persistence. Big achievements do not happen overnight. A disciplined life recognizes the importance of steady effort, perseverance, and delayed results. Each day of consistent action builds toward larger accomplishments. Discipline strengthens when patience is combined with persistent effort, reinforcing the belief that progress is the product of sustained work over time. Reflect on your growth regularly. Take time to assess how your habits, actions, and mindset are shaping your life. Adjust strategies as needed, refine routines, and continue learning. Discipline is reinforced through reflection and adaptation. A life empowered by self-discipline is constantly evolving, improving, and moving toward meaningful objectives. Living a life empowered by self-discipline transforms ordinary existence into intentional achievement. By committing to responsibility, aligning actions with goals, building habits, controlling emotions, and embracing continuous growth, you gain control over your life. Discipline strengthens through consistent effort, accountability, and reflection, allowing you to face challenges, pursue meaningful objectives, and create a life defined by choice, purpose, and personal excellence. Personal excellence. Personal excellence. Personal excellence. personal excellence, 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 personal